We are on the subject of auto. Let's welcome on board Navin Juneja. He's a director and group CFO at Talbros Automotive Components joining us on the show. Hi, good to be speaking with you, Navin. Thanks so much for making time and speaking with us. A large order win is what you have reported this morning itself, 1,000 crore rupees. Of course, it's going to be executed over the course of next 8 years. But talk to us about when does the execution begin? Will you be making fresh investments into your capacity to make sure that you're able to deliver this large order?
Thank you for having me on the show. We are very proud to announce this order of 1,000 crores in our JV company, Marelli Talbros Private Limited, and this is the order we have received from a European car manufacturer. He is one of the top five, comes in one of the top five car manufacturers of Europe, and our parts will go to basically in Mexico, Italy, and Poland. This supply will start from the financial next calendar year, basically in the first quarter of next calendar year. The supply will be from our plant in Pune. We are setting up a new plant in Pune, which will be commissioned by the end of this in this calendar year. And the capex will be around 65 crores, I mentioned, and which will be primarily funding by 25% will be funded through accrual and balance on the bank borrowings, which are already been tied up. And we are hopeful that this will take the group and our consolidated business of 2,000 crore plus in FY27. It will help us to achieve that.
Okay, so you want to achieve that 2,000 crore mark by FY27, but how are the margins looking on this order? Was it very competitive? And in terms of the overall competitive intensity in the industry, you have to, of course, compete with global players on this as well. So how's that shaping up?
No, we have got a comfortable margin. I can't exactly tell you the exact margin details. You can come to know in the future whenever the supply will start. But of course, there is a competition from China and other countries. And in this case, our partner, Marelli, helped us a lot in securing this order. And this is a comfortable margin in the business. That I can assure you.
Okay, so it's comfortable margins, but could you talk to us about a bit more in terms of the order inflows that you have seen recently? What is the nature of that? Is it coming more from the EV verticals? Which geographies are leading perhaps this growth? And going forward as well, what kind of growth rate do you expect, let's say in a couple of years, 12 to 18 months out? You did talk about the FY27 long-term target, but 12 to 18 months, what kind of growth outlook do you have?
We are expecting a growth of 18-20% in our businesses altogether. And some businesses will be more than 20%, some will be 18%, some will be 15%. So average 18-20% growth we are looking at the business. And regarding your question, of course, the more orders from the European countries we are getting in EV because they are trying to launch the vehicles in FY25 and 26. And from domestic front also, we are getting not very big orders, but small order for EV.
How much new business are you targeting from the new EV entrants? For example, the Jindal Group or the JSW Group is a new entrant in the EV space. You've got the Murugappa Group is a new entrant in the EV space. Are you getting business from some of the new entrants?
No, we are getting businesses from the Tata Motors basically in the EV space in this.
Okay. Who would you say are your nearest competitors?
In this business, our competitors are basically, one is basically Japanese company, which is primarily for Maruti. They have nothing to do with the other customers. And JBM is one of the other customers. We are competitor, but this is our relationship with our Marelli of Italy, with our OE customers abroad. So that is the main background of that. Okay. This is the first order, and we are working. We are expecting that more orders will come from the same customer in next calendar year. Definitely, we are working other orders with them.
Is EV a more higher margin business than the traditional business?
Of course, it's higher margin business. Traditional business is around 13 to 14% EBITDA at present. We are getting the last 2 quarters. But of course, this business EBITDA will be more than that.
Is EV becoming 25% in 3 years for you?
Pardon me?
Do you see the EV business becoming 25% business in 3 years?
Yeah. Our target is our total top line of 2,000 crore. For 12% will be EV business. More than 12% will be EV business.
By when, sir? Because you've set the target, but not the timeline.
Target by 27 FY.
27, okay. And when you're expanding in the EV capacity, do you have to expand more? Do you have to reinvent your assembly lines?
Not really, because this is suspension component. Suspension component, basically the weightage of the component goes here differ. But it's the EV, whether it's go to EV or the IC, the suspension is suspension.
A lot of experts,
Not much difference.
A lot of experts tell us that, look, it's great what's happening on the EV front, but the number of components which are required in EV versus the traditional ICE car, the number of components are in an EV car or an EV driven vehicle is going to be 50 to 60% less. Now, if the requirement of components is reducing, what does that mean for the auto ancillary sector?
Sir, basically, component which are reducing is engine. Engine is missing. You know that. The transmission is missing. Here, in our case, we are in suspension. Even in our forging business, we are getting huge orders from the European customers for the EV motors, etc. Even in our heat shield gasket business, we are getting businesses, battery-related business from the EV customers. Because battery is very, very heavy. Battery required, it emanates heat also. It requires separators. It requires other stuff also. So we are getting those stuff from the EV customers.
Everybody is talking about China plus one, but Indian auto and auto ancillary sector never had this China problem. It, in a sense, is a very efficient ecosystem where Indian auto companies and auto ancillary companies are doing much better than China. How is this China plus one wave affecting you?
Not really affecting us. Basically, for the pricing purpose, they, of course, all European customers or the UK customers they compare the pricing, but at the end of the business come here because they know the quality, they know the deliverability we have, they know the association we have with our JV partners. That is the business.
Okay, and what are your capex plans, and are you, adequately funded for these capex plans?
Yeah, we are adequately funded. We have I think, decent internal accrual. There is no repayment because we hardly has any term loan. Around 3 to 4 crores is my term loan. We have no repayment problem, and we are generating money every month, every quarter.
5 crore capex for FY25?
We are looking at if for a consolidated basis, we are looking at 150 crores approximately.
Okay, thank you for giving us an insight into the order, how your business is shaping up, the EV margins, as well as your overall capex plans. That's the management of Talbros Auto speaking to ET Now. We'll take a very short break right here on the show. Lots of news updates coming right up.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.